Good morning to one and all. Today's class we discuss some of the pictures which represents this reinforcing earth. That means the total procedure how they will done this reinforcing of earth by using different pneumatic methods. In the previous class we have discussed all these different things how they will done this reinforcing earth. This is the one of the example before reinforcing earth, the total structure with some quantity of embankment. This is the structure during the reinforcing earth. This is the structure after reinforcing earth. So that those three diagrams you have to observe in a single picture before, that means before reinforcing, that after reinforcing, and during reinforcing. These three are the example for that picture. After that, we have consider some of the slope stabilization methods using this reinforcing principle. Means they are simply using some gabions and matrices. Normally, gabion means a steel case which is used to hold down the large size boulder particles. Normally, boulders means having a thickness of 60 size. More than these boulders having capacity to pick, so that here we have to observe all those boulders and some quantities of gauges. Here one of the example which is showing the mats. That means here we are simply spreading the mats on the slope. Why? Because whenever there is a slope, automatically if there is no proper coating to the slope due to natural calamities and other disturbances which was caused due to the nature, due to those the total slope will be disturbed. We need to control this disturbance by using this reinforcing earth principle. Likely they are simply giving a coating to the structure with the help of these plastics. That means a polythene cover is simply spreading onto the structure, so that the polythene cover will not allow any content of water. That means if there is no allowing of water, automatically the force should be nullified and the stresses will be simply transferred. Due to those imbalance of forces and stresses, automatically structure will having more quantity, that means more amount of stability. Whenever we are doing these kind of stop stabilization practices using these matrices, that means simply a mat. Here also we have to observe the stabilization of the rock. That means here we have to observe the total stabilization is doing with the help of this steel case which is spreading onto the hill area. After the spreading is over, simply they are doing some patching work, like the total patching with the cement concrete they are doing, so that there will be some stability without any slipping. Here they are observing simply the coastal erosion due to these tidal waves. Normally, tidal waves are moving on 365 days and 24 hours. Due to their movement onto the sea coast, there will be some part of the soil will be eroded into the soil, so that some day by day, simply the material will be simply mixing into the sea, so that our land will be degraded. On yearly there may be some degradation of 5 to 6 of the land. That means simply 5 to 6 centimeters, or sometimes meters also, due to this heavy action of tidal forces onto the sea shore areas. Sea shore means where there is an availability of sea water onto the ground. Those areas simply we will call it as a sea shore areas. Here we have to observe the total structure is simply using these kind of matrices. These matrices are simply filling with a matter. of some quantity of soil or any other cheaply available material near to the structure, so that normally plastic will not dissolve in the water. Due to those principles, simply they are using these plastic bags which is filled with these locally available materials which is having some low cost, so that they will not allow the water or tidal waves onto the structure of the soil, so that there is no disturbance. Simply we are protecting the soil line by using this kind of reinforcing earth practices. Here also it is a some of the pre-constructed, that means pre-constructed blocks are simply using on the structure, so that the pre-constructed blocks are normally useful for production of these floods. Whenever there is a flood, automatically with the help of this movement of water, the total soil will be degraded and there will be loss of some structural profile. We need to control those loss of structural profile by using this kind of practices. What they are doing is simply which area is more exposed to those floods, those area they are simply covered with the help of these plastic bags or plastic sheets. Simply in a few countries we have to observe, some of the countries are having huge amount of this plastic waste or this tire waste, so that those are simply spreading those waste materials along the coastal areas and these are nearer to these rivers and simply canals, they are spreading those things. Because those are helpful to us, that means those things are very helpful to their coastal areas without any erosion. Here also it is simply protecting the soil from floods. Here we have to observe the total tire is giving some quantities of stresses onto the top layer, so that the layer is able to take all those stresses uh, between this normal land and this aggregate mixture. We are having some thickness of this geotextile, so that normally if there is a huge amount of stresses are acting on the structure, so that temporarily definitely there may be some breakage will be takes place. We have to control those breakages by simply using this kind of geotextiles on the layers. Okay, this is the one of the example to control those failure of pavement structure. This is the with this polymer and without polymer, how the road will be behaves. In this particular diagram we have to observe with the help of geotextile how the matter will holding, without geotextile how the matter will separates. We have to differentiate those two things. With the use of this geotextile, what is the structure lifespan? Without this geotextile, what is the structure lifespan? So we need to compare those two things and we have to estimate what is our structure lifespan. Without this geotextile means automatically for 2 to 3 years we need to rebuild the total structure, so that how much amount of cost will be required to rebuild that structure, so that whenever we are using this geotextile, what is the uh, cost we are bearing, so that we need to compare those two structural costs, so that whichever is less we need to employ those things onto the pavements. Here also we have to observe it is a reinforcing earth, so that there may be some quantities of voids. Those voids are simply absorbing water from the surrounding soils and the water will be holding on different places, so that they are simply formed as a water table, so that whenever we are using this geotextile onto the structure, so that the total geo water will be dragged down due to these gravitational forces. The total water will not penetrate into the beneath the layers of the earth. The total water will be moving onto the surface of this geotextile, so that there will be no damage. So that we have to estimate what is the usage level and how we have to use. And the next one, this is the another example That means in the previous cases we have observed the um, arrangement of these geotextiles on the soil structure. Here we have to observe the arrangement of geotextile. Here also we have to observe arrangement of geotextile in the form of black color. But in case of here, there is a complete profile they given. That means the total soil structure. First of all, they have done some quantities of rollings to consolidate. After the consolidation is completed, simply they are going for this that means they are going for simply spreading these geotextiles, so that on the geotextiles simply they are spraying these embankment materials, pavements. That means simply they are mixing this cement and this stone dust mixture, so that after the spreading of this material simply they will go for rolling, and after that they will go for this pavement construction. This is the totally subgrade. After the subgrade we are having this pavement structure. It is another example how they are simply rolling the structure. Okay, here we have to observe that is a Rojo Veiko and material handled. Between the two structures there may be some plastic sheets, so that those plastic sheets are simply allowing, that means not allowing the content of water. These are the examples for how they will do those practices in the site. It is also another example, that means fitting in the trenches. Okay, first of all we have to observe soil subgrade is there. On the soil subgrade they are having done the consolidation. On the above the consolidation they are having this pavement. Below the pavement they are having some stone base. Okay, the stone base, and we have to observe those thickness values and geotextiles and crushed stones and perforated pipes, so that those pipes are simply absorb whatever the water is coming onto the pavements. Those water will be carried to the side canals of these roads, so that in the particular figure we have to observe this crushed stone and perforated pipes, so that those pipes simply carries the water content whichever is present onto the structure, and those water will be simply transferred to these side canals which are arranged to the roads. Here also we have to observe some of the examples of the reinforced earth. That means simply here we are having this tunnel. Normally tunnels are used to transportation purpose. Why? Because if there is a above the structure we are having some quantity of a transporting medium, and below the structure also we need to have some transporting medium. That means simply whenever there is a merging of two kinds of transportations, like railway and this roadway, some of the cases roadway and waterways, in those cases we have to observe these kind of tunnelings. Whenever we are having these tunnel like structures, automatically many old tunnels with GM, that means GMs are leaking. Some quantities of ground modules are simply leaking. While starting the surface is a telltale, that means the total surface having some quantities of cracks we have to observe. Whenever there is a water, automatically through these cracks the total water will be filtrated, and simply we have to face some quantity of leakage. And the key to this GT is simply GM behind the performance of concrete spacing. It is turns to required GP drainage system. That means GP means simply a geopolymer. Okay, geopolymer. Normally GP means GP drainage system means geopolymer drainage system. On the first diagram we have to observe there are different cracks they are simply showing. We need to face, that means simply cover those cracks by using these geopolymer sheets and geo membranes and geo thickeners. All those are the examples for this reinforcing earth we have to utilize those things in a well graded manner. Otherwise, we have to face a lot of problems with leakings. Here also reinforcing earth with the help of examples are there. That means the total structure having some slope, so that we need to stabilize those slope using these geopolymer sheets. Here we have to observe the slope stabilization have been done with the help of these geo membranes. It is one of the rehabilitation technique. Rehabilitation and repair, those two things we have to know. Repair means if there is a small quantities of cracks we are observing on the structure, in the early stages of the cracking we have to observe those cracks, and we need to give some quantities of doses in the form of any other small quantities of resins or any injections or any sealant to that crack, so that there may be no prolongation. After the huge amount of disturbance was occurred to the structure due to these cracks and other serviceability conditions, in those cases definitely we'll have to choose these rehabilitation methods. What is meant by rehabilitation means normally the total structure is there, some part of the structure is simply having some failure, so that simply the failure portions we need to observe, and those portions we need to reconstruct with the different engineering principles. So that is the rehabilitation. Repair means simply those are minor cracks. Rehabilitation means major cracks, and those parts simply we need to remove, and we have to go for reconstruction for smaller cases. If there is a structure, that means the structure is totally having a huge amount of breakings, automatically those structures we need to remove, and we will go for a good structure. That is totally depending upon the serviceability conditions of the structure and usage pattern also. How they are doing these rehabilitation methods? In this figure, the total first one having some crane is simply arranging this that means mats on the structure. Second one, a person is simply doing some quantities of rehabilitation to the piles which are in the earth, that means liquid strata. Normally, for the purpose of transportation, we are using a large span bridges. In those bridges, the total weight will be transferred from these bridge decks to these pier caps. From the pier caps, the total load will be absorbed by the pier to this pile cap to piles which are in the ground level. Likely, the total force will be that means distributed. In some of the cases, due to less quantity of distribution of these forces, there may be cracks we have to observe. That means simply a starting of failure to the structure. The bridge engineer, that means we are having a lot of bridges in our country, so that for every bridge there may be some structural monitoring is there. For every 15 days or 1 month we need to observe what is the condition of the bridge, how we need to assess the lifespan, and what are the remedial measures if there is any cracks or any other small plants which are growing on the structure. All those things we have to observe. There is a small crack means automatically we need to take action without elaboration of time. Here also the person is simply doing some rehabilitation works underwater. That means all those are in underwater constructions. That means underwater means likely here we have to observe piers are simply underwater for a small scale. That means bridges with in the rivers. After that we are having some bridge or dam is there. The total dam simply supporting huge amount of water, so that to the kind of supporting conditions they require huge amount of foundation in the soil in the form of piers and piles. This is the one of the rehabilitation work. And what we have to study in this particular course, basics of the reinforced earth. That means different basics. how we need to apply. And next one is the origin. Origin means for every that means for every engineering principle there may be definitely some origin points are there. Due to observance of different failure conditions, we need to have some ideas to overcome those failures. Those are the origin points. Next one, definition. How this definition we have to observe, that means simply the definition is a words which tells the direct meaning of these applications. Next one, principles. Engineering principles means some of the forces and different chemical principles or physical principles are how they are utilizing these principles. Next one is the mechanism and concept. Mechanism means how it works, which are the that means different things are associating with these mechanisms works. And basic concepts, comma, components. Components means different utilities. Next one, advantages and disadvantages. That means benefits and withdraw backdrops. Application areas. All those things we need to study in this reinforcing earth. First of all, geosynthetics we need to know. That means geosynthetic means synthetic. Synthetic means a polymeric material which is formed due to the polymerization of this carbon, hydrogen, and other small scale of atoms. Due to those, this synthetics are formed. Those synthetics are simply responsible for improving the soil properties. So that those synthetic materials simply we are calling as a geosynthetics. That means simply these polymers or polymeric materials are simply improving the geo properties, that means earth properties. In this introduction, classification, functions, manufacturing, and the characteristics and statistics we have to observe. First of all, design of a reinforced earthquake structure. Design means on which parts we have to go for this reinforcing earth. First of all, we have to apply these principles of reinforcing earth to these retaining walls. Why? Because the total earth mass was retaining by using this long wall which is having some quantity of bond with this ground, so that it is called as a retaining wall. Simply a wall which is having some quantity of bond between with the ground, and those will withstanding huge amount of mass without falling due to these natural activities like winds, water, and other climatic factors like flow of huge amount of tornadoes and other conditions. Next one is the embankment. Normally, embankments we have to observe in transportations. That means transporting mediums we have to observe these embankments. Those are also responsible to bear huge amount of loads and transfer those loads to the soil structure. The third one is the earth dams and slopes. Normally, earth dams means those are responsible to bear huge amount of this water for the purpose of future. And next one is the slope. Normally, slope means in some of the cases we have to utilize the slope conditions for different purposes like water bearing or any other structural purposes. And next one is the foundation structures. Foundation structures means a dam having some quantity of foundation to the earth. And next, a bridges having some piers. These piers also having foundation work. And a huge amount of tall structures, those are also having huge amount of foundation work with a lot of depth. So that those structures we have to observe this foundations. And soil nailing techniques. What are the soil nailing techniques? Means if the total structure we are constructing with this reinforcing, particularly soil reinforcement means we need to connect two faces with the help of a small scale reinforcement, that is called as the reinforcing earth. But in case of soil nailing, we need to connect only one part with the earth by using some quantities of additional resins and other chemical component. First of all, we are having a head is connected with the help of these tension rods. Those tension rods are simply arranged into the soil with the help of these chemical resins and other bonding agents, so that those bonding agents will having some quantity of bond with the earth structures. After that, the bond will be simply carried by this head or face of the structure. Next one, methods of soil nailing. Different methods which are used for soil nailing purpose, and construction sequence, how they will do this sequence of construction and aspects, and geosynthetics for these applications. First one, they filter and drain. Normally filter means if in the water itself there are a large molecules and small molecules and other floating materials are there, so that this filter will having capacity to filter all those materials from a liquid strata. That means simply the whatever the solid strata and the large particles are simply on the screen, and the remaining total matter will be below the screen. That is called as the filtering mechanism. And a drain means simply the total movement of liquid strata from soil strata is a draining. Second one is the land fills. Normally land filling means a huge amount of waste material which was generated from our daily lives, so that that waste materials we have to utilize for the purpose of filling in a different construction activities. Next one, roads. That means roads also having some quantities of embankments and pavements, subgrades, so that those embankments and subgrades simply we are using this geosynthetics for the purpose of getting huge amount of lifespan. What are the different aspects with this geosynthetics? That means first, this person have introducing this design of geosynthetics in various fields. This is the example book, and this is the main reference books for the purpose of geosynthetics. It is also another example for observing these different rules and introduction to soil reinforcement and geosynthetics. And this is the total third reference book we have to observe, that earth reinforcement and soil structures. It was published in the year of 1996. Okay, this is the ISBN number and Indian publication numbers. All these are the different reference books. And this is the example for reinforcing earth and geosynthetics notes. After that, we have to observe some concepts. What is the basic concept of this geosynthetics? That means a composite material. That means composite means simply a complex materials which is having more than 3 to 4 particles are formed by embedding this reinforcing material in a soil fill. Embedded means simply we are inducing those materials into the soil to improve the properties, so that simply it is called as the soil fill. And in this particular soil fill we are using this reinforcing elements also to interact with the soil through friction and or adhesion, and able to resist some tensile stresses. And how this densification we have to observe means, first of all we have to take some examples. That means in this particular figure the total quantity of soil mass is there. On the above of the soil mass simply there is some load which is kept on those. Due to the self weight of the load, the total soil having some quantity of disturbance, and they spreading away. That means through the surroundings. After densification is there, that means a layer by layer compaction and a small quantity of introduction of this geosynthetics on the soil layer, so that there may be having some quantity of shape to the structure. The total structure is having some quantity of shape. Due to this shape we are having some strength to the soil mass, so that On the top of the structure is having some weight, so that due to this weight also we are having some stability to the structure. So here in this is the another example. That means in this particular figure we are having a person is simply standing in front of two mediums. In this particular two mediums, one of the medium is without having geosynthetics, another medium is having with the help of this geosynthetics, so that the person is simply standing on these materials. First of all they are standing on this without geosynthetics material, so that due to lack of friction and bonding, the total feet of the person is simply sinking, that means simply sinking onto the soil due to its own weights. On the other hand, simply the person is having another foot on the structure, so that there may be some layer by layer densification is there. Due to those layer by layer phenomena, his feet was not sinked into the soil mass. The total feet was on the above soil mass. That is the major difference we have to observe without compaction and without geosynthetics. How the structure will having the strength. In the second figure also we are having how the strength of the structure possessed by this application of geosynthetic. This is the another example. That means simply how the particles will breaks. On the first itself, the total particles are simply spreaded along the surroundings. But in case of second, the total men is standing on the structure, so that there may be no loss or no breakage of particles takes place. This is the concept we have to observe. First of all, frictional earth and reinforcement interaction. Frictional earth means in the earth itself we are having a lot of particles with different chemical compositions, so that there may be some bonds, ionic bonds or covalent bonds are there between particle to particle, so that due to those kind of bonds, automatically the total particles will hold to each other in the form of large lumps, so that definitely there is a friction. Without friction there may be no proper bonding to the earth. After that, with the help of this friction, simultaneously they are having some quantity of reinforcement interaction. There may be some reinforcement interaction. Both friction is there and additionally there are having some reinforcement. Due to those two combination, the total structure is having huge amount of strength. Interaction between the soil and reinforcement, a sort of restraint on the soil mass. That means there may be huge amount of strength with the help of those two conditions to the soil mass. Second one is equivalent confining stress concept and pseudo cohesion concept. This is the equivalent confining stress concept. First figure we are having a small particle which is having an application of forces on four sides. So that means on the top and bottom we are having some compressive forces. On the left and right we are having another compressive forces in the form of stresses sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3 and sigma 4. That is unreinforced soil. That means in that particular soil there is no proper bond and there is no reinforcement. But in case of this second structure, that means second particle, we are having a structure with small quantities of reinforcement. That means simply a arrow parts are there. Those parts are having some delta sigma 3, delta sigma 3. Likely on two sides we are having some forces in addition to these stresses, so that simply they are showing with the help of reinforcement there may be some improvement in the transformation of these stresses from particle to particle, so that there will be some equivalent stress distribution action and there may be good quantity of strength possessed. Here we have to observe the total equivalent confining stresses and reinforcing soil, unreinforced soil, and a green color line is there, so that sigma 3, sigma 1 and delta sigma 1 we have to observe those stresses formation. Simply those are equivalent confining stress concepts. This is the another example pseudo cohesion concept. Unreinforced soil to reinforced soil, there is a comparison. 5 only, that means there may be some sliding or shear force. 5 means due to this shear force we have to indicate this 5. Sigma means due to stress. Sigma 1, sigma 2, that means sigma 1 and sigma 2 both are acting on two directions. That means on x axis we are having one stress distribution, on y axis we are having another stress distribution, so that some quantities of c values and phi values are there. Those two are the unreinforced soils and reinforced soils. For those also we are having some quantities of these distributions in the form of pseudo cohesion concept, so that the values will be simply varying. Without reinforcement there may be some zero friction and friction angle c value phi value. With reinforcement, so that there may be some increment of this c value and phi value. Those will definitely indicates the improvement of strength particles in different areas and directions. And mechanism, what is the stress on a soil mass, and on those particular stress on soil mass we are having two classifications. First one is the strain in soil, second one is the transmit tensile load to the reinforcement, and the third one is tensile force is not constant, simply it exhibits peak, that means a maximum value it is exhibiting. Line of mechanism, maximum is tensile force, that means potential failure surface is also there. Next one, advantages, it is cost effective. That means cost effective means simply less quantity of money we need to spend for these kind of structures. Second one is ease and rapidity of construction. That means structure we have to construct in a ease of manner. That means we don't have some different equipments and principles. Simply we need to spread the sheet, and after the spreading is over we need to go for spreading of this raw material. After that simply we go for compaction, and then we need to give some coating of this road. It is very ease of construction, and rapidity is also there. Rapidity means simply we are moving in fast. Next one, adaptability to various slopes and soil conditions. Simply wherever there is a slope, on those particular slopes we have to adapt this kind of soil reinforcement or sheets to stabilize those conditions. Why? Because if there is a no penetration of water to the soil structure, automatically the soil is having huge amount of strength variation. Next properties are flexibility and aesthetics. Flexibility means whenever there is an application of forces, so that the total structure is in flexible condition, then only the structure will withstand for a lot of years. Next one, aesthetics means it is very good and having some quantity of observation. Okay. Next one, what are the disadvantages in this particular reinforcing earth is non-availability of suitable fill materials. That means in some of the cases we have to simply go for different quantities of materials for strengthening criteria. That means we are going to design a road. The road is have to be consolidated for a particular depth of the soil, so that normal soil is having some less properties. Less means less physical properties and engineering properties, so that those soils are not suitable for filling purpose. In those cases we need to depend upon some artificial materials. Those artificial materials are not occurring in an easy way, so that we need to give some quantity of more money in those non available conditions. Second one is suitable design criteria. That means suitable design criteria means first one is corrosion. Corrosion means simply if there is a entrainment of water, and the water will react with, whenever there is a reaction between water to the structure, there will be corrosion formation. Next one, deterioration. Deterioration means simply a large volume of mass is simply converting into a small volume of mass. That is, we will call it as a deterioration. And a degradation also. Degradation means a day by day, simply small particles are simply moving from the structure. That is degradation. Next one, shared responsibility. Material suppliers, designers, and contractors and engineers are have to maintain some responsible nature. That means whenever there is a small leakage, so that those materials are simply we need to give a buyback, and we need to replace those contents with another materials. That is the responsibility for these suppliers. The suppliers are very good. Automatically we will do a good number of wonders. The materials are very cheap and low stability, then we won't have to get these kind of wonders. Next one is the design and construction practices. That means standardization of specializations and contracting practices. That means contraction practices means we need to have some quantity of knowledge on these ground improvement techniques, especially in reinforcing earth. Why? Because we are having a knowledge on this surveying. Why? Because we need to have some slope mechanism. That means on the first part we are having maximum slope, on the bottom we are having a less quantity of slope, so that there may be application of that means proper slope conditions we have to maintain, and we need to have some specifications for each and every structure. There may be some quantities of specifications we need to maintain. Otherwise the structure is not in our that means in our hands. This is the total explanation about this reinforced earth and different criterias. In the next topic we have to go for a different techniques which are involved in this reinforced earth and their utilization factors. That means on which fields they are going to utilize these practices. Thank you.